All right. I started talking about having everything written as expanded and factored, and the reason for this is because to find certain things we need to use what I call expanded, the left and right sides, and for certain things we need to use the factored form, which are the top and the bottom. And the first thing we're going to find, you notice up here, we see what? The what? Which one's highlighted here? The what? Y what? The y-intercept. So the y-intercept is going to be which one of these? Is it expanded or factored? Expanded, and it's the right side. It's the right side, and all these are going to be like y-intercept points. And it's going to be very simple. It's going to be your 0, inches are going to have 0, and the value right here. And all I'm going to do, and I like doing this little box method, where I box in the right, because that's all I need to look at is what's inside that box. It's -6 over 2. So what's -6 over 2? -3. So my point is the y-intercept is 0, -3. And this is why I would do the problems kind of going vertically, because now I can do all these really pretty wide, fast. I had the expanded already written out, so that was problem number 1. Problem number 2, where I already have it in expanded form with all my zeros. I'm still looking at the right side of the expanded form, not the factored form. Now this was going to be a fraction. This will reduce 3 over what? 24. Now if you write that's going to be wrong because it will what? What will it reduce to? -1/8. Because 3 will go into 3 once, so go 24 8 times. If you don't know, you can type this in your calculator and hit what? Math, fraction, and it will give you the answer too. All right? Math fraction. That was number 2. Number 3, I already have my expanded and my factored versions here. So I'm going to come over here. I'm still boxing in the right side. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So it's 0,3. Okay? 0,3. Because I've got that written down in the expanded form. That's why I like doing all my expanded first and factors first, because now I'm doing what? This worked really wide. Now I'm going to box in which one? Still the far right. That's why I add the extra zeros. It makes the work super easy. I'm not going to have to guess anything. So what's 0 divided by 2? 0. Now if you don't know, you can type it in your calculator, and if you get 0, write 0. And if you get error, write what? None. Okay? And I'm kind of foreshadowing because, well, let's skip. Okay, there's number 5. I'm going to box in the what? -15 over -15, which will be what? +1, 0, 1. I'm also going to do, and for number 6, notice I added my zeros so that I have my common things. So 0 over 4, so boxing in the right, will be what? I'm also going to say this here. If you have a y-intercept at 0, 0, it also means you're going to have a what? A x-intercept at what? 0, 0, which I still have the word root here. I should have probably changed that, but x-intercept, root, okay? And then the last one. Now, y'all, this is one people will miss, because I explained in the last class, how come it's just at 9 over the 36? Because this is 2 times this, right? And 2 times that -9. That's why I did the expanded form here and had the 2x squared, the 0x minus 18. So I'm going to do that there, and it will be what? It'll be 1/2, 0, 1/2. So it'll be the point 0, 1/2, okay? The other thing that I kind of do want to mention is this here. Y'all, I'm going to take 1 second and work just one of these. And we'll do the one that happens to be just right up here for a moment. You can, on all your y-intercepts, if you forget, you can do this. Turn your calculator on. Go to your y equals. And y'all, I got a fraction, right? I did like that little part where they did this, if I do second alpha y equals, and I do option 1, it puts my fraction there. And I'm going to type it in exactly as it is here. I'm going to do this 2 parentheses x squared minus 9 close parentheses, arrow down to my bottom, and I'll have what? X what? Squared plus 9x minus 36, enter. And you can go to a graph if you want to look at the graph. That's going to tell you a little bit. But here's the biggest thing I'm going to get from this here is if I go to second table, and notice The y-intercept is when x is 0, right? When x is 0, what's the answer? 1/2. So you can get your answer even if you go what? To the calculator on all those, if you set your calculator equal to 0. But it's pretty easy to do the right side, I think, is a lot easier than typing all that stuff in the calculator. Right.